Okay, y'all. So in the recent My Hero chapter, we got Armored All Might. I'm gonna call him Iron Might for short. If you guys want to take that name, go ahead. But this latest chapter was pretty freaking gas because we got All Might ready to fight All for One. If you guys don't remember, before we switched to like Toga and Ochako and Dabi and Shigaraki and stuff, finishing those fights, All Might had the briefcase and he was pulling up to All for One. And we didn't know what he was finna do with the briefcase. Well, apparently the briefcase mixed with his car named Red, I think it was called. He is able to transform into this kind of armored state where he's kind of like buff again. He has his cape from basically, essentially his prime. Like it's like a modified form of his prime, so to speak. So he comes up, tries to fight All for One. All for One's kind of like, what are you gonna do? You're a washed up hero, yada yada. I'm not really too worried about you. He should be though, because All Might starts giving him the business a little bit. Like he's not beating him to a pulp, but let me just say this, y'all. If you guys don't understand this, look it up on TikTok. All for One's on Fraud Watch. I'ma just say that. I'ma say that now. He's on Fraud Watch, cause hey. All Might was giving him the business. He started All for One tried to hit him with this like energy blast or whatever laser attack. All Might used pieces of his car to make like a shield essentially to block the attack. And now here's the great thing about this fight in this little chapter with I think it was like 12 pages. This fight, All Might is using all the stuff that the kids, his students, have learned against All for One. He pulls out Deku's shoot style. He pulls out what's the move? Black Whip. Just know that he uses various techniques and special moves from Class 1A and puts it in his own like modified way with the armored suit to fight All for One. And All for One is pushed back by this. He's like, "Whoa, you're actually like trying to put up a fight with me. I wasn't expecting that." So he tries to really like fight dude, and then right when he's fighting him, that's when he like talks about he was prepared to fight you with this. He's been always preparing to basically fight to his death, because if you guys don't remember, way back in like I can't remember what chapter, but when I know it was season 4 of the anime, when Night Eye said the premonition of All Might's death was gonna happen to a certain villain, but he couldn't see it. We're essentially saying that he can't see it possibly. This is a theory. It could be a plot hole though. Just remember that. But when Night Eye said he would die to a villain in battle, and it would be a gruesome death, but he couldn't see the villain, maybe it's because he didn't know what All for One really looked like, because we never really saw his face back then. So that possibly could be the fight, because we've been waiting for the quote unquote premonition to happen for All Might, and it hasn't happened yet. He's survived very long. I know some of you guys have honestly been upset on Twitter, TikTok for the past couple years that All Might is kind of still around but not really useful. And even Horikoshi has put that in All Might's head and is like, "Oh yeah, I'm just useless. I'm not the number one hero that I used to be. I feel like I can't even help my students." Like, it's really been getting to him. He had to get motivated from Stain. He had to get motivated from Aizawa. Even Endeavor a little bit in previous chapters. Like, dude, just do what you can do now. You being around is helping the students so much, and he doesn't even, I guess, really realize that. But he thought about this plan with the captain of the police force, Sugaichi, to really combat All for One. Now, as far as him winning, I highly doubt. If he somehow pulls this off, All for One will, like, at least this version, I'm not talking about All for Rocky, I'm talking about the version of All for One that is technically still in his body, but he used Rewind like chapters back in the fight against Endeavor in them. So he used Rewind, so he's like in his prime state, but he can't shut off Rewind. So he will eventually disperse. So he's trying to go to the Shigaraki Deku fight to assimilize with Shigaraki. that's what he's trying to go do, because he won his fight against Endeavor, if you guys don't know, in previous chapters. His area, he ended up winning that. A couple heroes though, and class 1A people like Jiro and Tokoyami, especially Tokoyami did some damage. I think it was called Ragnarok, the move. He got hit by that, and All For One was aghast. He was taken aback by that. Yeah, what is that? I might need to take that. But nah, man, this was just a quick little video. I was just shocked that we went to this. Everyone was thinking that after the Ochako Toga battle, we was possibly gonna go back to the Deku Shig for a little bit. I kind of thought that too. I didn't think it would be the be all end all. I thought we were just gonna go back there for like 2 chapters and then come back to like the All Might All For One fight, or possibly we would go to the Deku Shig, and then in the midst of that battle happening, All For One will pull up and try to symbolize, but then All Might will be there trying to stop him. So like they all would have meshed into one area. That's my theory, or that was my theory. But now that we're with Armored All Might, Iron Might versus Rewind All For One, they're basically, I don't know where we're scaling Armored All Might. You guys let me know down in the comment section where you guys think he's at physically and like in strength and all that in this battle. I'm gonna throw a guess out there though, like what Horikoshi might be thinking with this, because this All For One is very powerful, y'all. He's essentially back in his prime. For All Might to even like last longer than a lot of the other heroes that was fighting him, he gotta be somewhat close to his prime as well, bro. I know that might be a stretch, but that I can't see any way, even with a ironed up form of All Might. Like, remember, you guys see the image. He's buff as hell. Like, I don't know how he did that. Like, the armor is really like, it made him buff again, or essentially, or that's a lot of armor on his body, on a skinny body. So I mean, I don't know how he's doing it. I can't wait for the next chapter to come out so we can get more explanations. How is he doing this? What is this really like? What does this really mean for All Might? Is he really in his prime? There's so many questions with this chapter now. Like, we didn't really get any answers except for what was in the briefcase and what plan he had with the car to fight All For One. So this was a great chapter though, Horikoshi. I know we're on break next week for the holiday. It's like a holiday going on, so we won't be seeing anything next week. So we're gonna have to wait the week after or something. But yeah, I'm really excited. I don't know if you guys are or not. I'm pretty sure if you are, you're watching this video. So you already know what to do, man. If you're new, like, comment. If you're new, subscribe. Hey, if you're a returning sub, y'all know what we do over here. You already know, like the video, comment y'all thoughts and opinions on this chapter or just in general. Go ahead and leave any recommendations for videos and we'll check those out, man. But yeah, man, it has been JV Too Much, 1/3 of the Anime Intellectuals, and I am out. Peace.